Hey Queen, kia ora, whakalofa here too, and welcome back to this week's episode. I am so excited to get into it. All King, by the way, we do have men listening, or whatever you guys identify as. You are so welcome here. Thank you for coming back. If you have come back, I love you so much. If this is your first episode, you are absolutely in for a freaking treat. On this week's episode, we are talking about why weight loss isn't the answer, why losing weight won't make you love your body. So many women that I've spoken to have told me, that the answer to the body image struggles that they have today would be to lose the weight, would be to have surgery to lose the weight, would be to diet and exercise and do all these things, but it goes back to weight loss. That we're like, weight loss will be the answer. Weight loss will be the magic pill. Weight loss will be this and that and this. And I'm just sitting here like, sister, can I tell you, weight loss is not the answer. It's not the answer. How many times have you lost weight and still not been happy with what you saw in the mirror? Or how many times have you lost weight and still not loved yourself, still not looked after yourself? All these kinds of things. And I'm speaking from experience, right? I have yo-yo dieted my whole life. I speak about, the first time I ever had body image issues was at age 6. The first time I went on my first diet was at age 11, the lemon detox diet. And I was on diets ever since. And I would do a diet, I would stick to it or not stick to it, but usually stick to it. I would lose the weight, I'd go off the diet, then I'd put the weight all back on. And it was just like that my whole life. So freaking till just like a couple years ago, where I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not dieting ever again, fuck diets. And I just say 95% of diets don't work. 95% of people who start diets put all the weight back on. And it's literally, there's so much research, there's so much studies out there. Go and check it out. But a lot of doctors, a lot of nutritionists and shit like that say diets do not work. It's a lifestyle, right? We have to change our lifestyles. We have to change our routines, our habits, all those kinds of things. So my first thing is that you'll look in the mirror and you'll still be unhappy. And like I said, there was always a number. It was 80 kgs for me. Once I got down to double digits, I'll be happy. I'll love what I see in the mirror. I'll be confident in my body. I'll wear whatever that I want to wear. I'll wear the bikini. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll live my life. I'll be fucking happy. And I'd lose, I'd get to double digits. I'd get to the 80 kgs and I would, look in the mirror and I'd still be, that triple digit girl. So say I'm 80 kgs, I'm looking in the mirror. I'll still see the 110 kg chick. Or I'll still see, I'll still point out, that my stomach, although it is a little bit smaller, it's still there. Sometimes we don't even notice the differences. That's why they always say to do before and after photos so that you can see the differences. Anyways, I'm not promoting that. But, we look in the mirror and we still see, the same things. We still have the same problems in our head. We still have the same thoughts. I'm not good enough. I am fat. My stomach looks shit. I'm ugly, whatever it is. And because it's deeper than a weight loss issue. It's confronting where those thoughts come from, all these kinds of things. But I want to share a story, and I've shared this before on my TikTok, but there was a time where I was hard out on, my weight loss journey. I'd lost all this weight, and I was going out with mates. We were going to a concert. And we're getting ready and we're having pre-drinks. Music was blasting. Mitz was dancing around. He's feeling himself, all that kind of stuff. And I was getting ready for the date and I was just trying on all these clothes and I hated everything that I was trying on. And I'd change my hair, I'd have it up and then I'd have it down. And then I'd ask Mitz, like, what do you think? And he's like, you look beautiful anyway. And it would piss me off, I was taking it out on him and I was ruining the buzz and I hated my makeup and I was trying to change all these things. And I eventually went and put on a dressing gown and sat on the edge of my bed and just sulked. And he was like, what's going on? Are you all right? Are we still going? What are you doing? Like, are you ready to go? Are you going like that? What's going on? And I was just like in such a foul mood because I hated what I saw in the mirror. And we ended up taking photos. He's like, let's take some photos. And we took these photos and I remember just feeling so shit about myself, hating the way I looked. I was like pointing out my stomach. Wow, my stomach looks shit. By the way, I used to always say, can you see my stomach in this? And it was like, What a fucking, that's a hard question to answer, because yes, we can see your stomach because you got a fucking stomach, right? But it was like, what are we supposed to say? Yeah, we can see your stomach, but that was always my thing. Can you see my stomach in this? It's like, yeah, because you have a stomach. Can you see my arms in it? Yeah, because you have arms. Yes, because you have a booty. I can see your booty. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing right now? The things we used to say. Oh my gosh, does this look funny on me? It's like, does my tummy look funny? Anyways, so even with the photos, like Metz posted a photo of that same photo on his Instagram, and I did too. And in his one, I've got my hair up, and my one, I've got my hair down. Like in those photo moments, I was changing myself and stuff. Anyways, I look back on those photos now and I'm like, damn, like you looked fucking incredible. Like you looked fucking hot. What are you talking about? You looked amazing. Like, oh my gosh, like what was going on? And that's another reason why, like, it's not gonna, you losing the weight's not gonna change that mindset, you know. It's not gonna change the way you think. So you're still gonna look in the mirror and you're still gonna be unhappy. And even so, um, the weight loss really isn't maintainable or sustainable. Our bodies change all the time as we grow, as we change, as we get older, as we experience things. Maybe you have kids, you know, your body changes, all these kinds of things. So it's so important to love yourself, to love the way you look without it being tied to weight loss. If it was just tied to, you know, your self-love, you know, no matter what, you have that self-love, you have the tools and techniques in your head that sometimes when, because it's practice, right? We always have to keep doing it. We have to keep on staying on top. So, you know, you have the tools in your head that can never be taken away from you. Can I just say that? Can never be taken away from you. So when you feel a certain way, when you look in the mirror and maybe you don't like what you see, you can use those tools that you've learned to learn to love yourself and to get back and to practice that, right? So it's not about the weight loss. You don't want to tie it to weight loss because you might put the weight back on your diet. Like I said, 95% of people put the weight back on from their diets, and then they spend their whole lives trying to lose the weight again and going on another diet and then putting the weight back on and then another diet and all these kinds of things. So you'll look in the mirror and you'll still be unhappy. I think it's very important to outline that in order to love yourself, like weight loss is not a requirement. Weight loss is not a requirement for self love and for self acceptance. And I had this twisted, right? Because I was like, when I lose the weight, then I'll love myself. When I lose the weight, I'll love what I see in the mirror. Then when I lose the weight, then I can love myself. And there's a whole bunch of like, there's societal pressures and fat phobia and all these kinds of things out there, internalized fat phobia that we have that kind of push this message that you need to be, you know, smaller or healthy in quotation marks to love yourself. You know, how dare a fat person walk down the road and love themselves? How dare I post online and love myself when I look like this, when I'm fat as hell, right? There's that thing going on. So I just want you to know, like, weight loss is not a requirement. You can love yourself right now in this moment. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff we need to do, a lot of unlearning, a lot of tools and tricks and practice and shit like that you can that you will need on this journey. But if you, in this moment right now, if you sit with me right now and you make a decision that you are going to love yourself right now in this moment without anything, you know, just that mindset change, no weight loss, no nothing, no diets, no fucking torturing yourself in these workouts. If you make that decision right now with me, that you are going to love yourself no matter what, change. It's a mindset change. It's a mindset shift. You're making the decision right now. Is there things we need to do? Like I said, yes, to maintain that, to keep that going. But you need to make that decision that you want to change, that you want to believe that. That's your new belief system, right? Um, Also, if you think of somebody in your life that maybe you think is body goals, if it's, you know, a celebrity, an idol, someone you look up to, a family member, you might love their body and be like, oh my gosh, body goals, someone you follow online. Think about their body and whatever their body is. I'm your genie. I'm like, your wish is my command. You want that body? You've got that body right now, right? Your wish is my command. You've got that body. Whoever's body it is, I can't even give you an example. Whose body did I want growing up? I always looked at my like younger self, so I was like, I just want to look like that again, like that age. I want to be like that now. Like I want to be before I put on all this weight. So whatever the body is. Also, we need to stop fucking doing that because you're changed. Why do you want to look? I'm 30 now. Why would I want to look like my 20-year-old self? I talk about more of this in my masterclass, 5 steps to loving what you see in the mirror as well. I'm going to link it below. Yeah, I'll link it below. Get that masterclass, watch the masterclass, do the things. It'll fucking change your life. Anyways, and it's free, by the way. It's only like 50 minutes long. So you get that dream body. I'm like, your wish is my command, right? Get the dream body, but you're still the same person. What do you think's going to happen to that body, the dream body that you have over a period of time? Say it's a year, even 6 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 months. It's going to go back to whatever your body looks like now, right? Because you've got the habits of yourself, which has created the body that you have. You've got the routines of yourself that's created the body that you currently have, right? So that dream, that body goals, body, whatever, is going to go back to whatever your body looks like now because you don't have the right tools and habits set up to maintain that body type. And think about the person, whoever body goals that you're thinking of, think about what they do to get that body, right? They've probably got, certain workout routines or foods they eat and all these kinds of things, and a lifestyle. That's what it is. They've got a lifestyle that they follow to keep that body, to maintain that body. And also, like, you don't even know, like, they might not even love themselves, and what's the point in having this fucking body goals body if you don't love it, if you don't love yourself, right? And I mean, like, really loving yourself, right? So you're just going to go back to what you currently look like because you've got the routines, the habits, the thoughts. Your thoughts are literally creating, your real life results, your reality. So your thoughts, if your thoughts are the same, it's just going to create the same reality that you currently have, right? So there's shifts that you need to make with your habits, with your routines. You need to change your habits and routines. You don't need to go on these crazy weight loss and diets and shit like that. Just change one habit. Just change, add a routine to your life, and all these kinds of. We talk about this a lot in the Vibe Tribe as well. But yeah, you're just gonna get yourself back to the place that you're at. So we need to think about habits and routines that we can do, maybe going for a walk every morning. That's what I do. You'll see me on Instagram going for my hikoi, and thinking about why you want to do this, right? Because when you love your body, um yeah, when you love your body, when you actually love and adore your body, you will do things. You will naturally, move your body because it's good for your body, or you will naturally eat more nutritious meals. And because it's good for your body, right? You'll nurture it. When you love someone, think about a partner, a past partner, or a partner you currently have, or whatever. When you're in love with them, how, like, you nurture them, you give them everything they want, you do amazing things for them and shit because you love them. It comes from the kindness in your heart, the love that you have for them. So that's what you'll do for your body as well. And I found that with myself. I was like, oh, once I was like, no, fuck that, I don't need to lose weight, I can love myself right now. I noticed, certain things. Weight loss happens naturally. So many people are like, oh, you've lost weight. I don't even know because I don't have scales. But I feel it in my tummy. My tummy was a big thing. I always felt bloated and all these kinds of things. And now it's gone, right? And I choose more nutritious meals, or nutrient dense meals. I got this from Your Weight Loss. Instead of calling foods like good and bad, and we always do that. I'm naughty. I'm gonna have a naughty cheat meal and stuff. Can we start with that, by the way? um we could say, more nutrient dense, which is maybe like your vegetables, your proteins, your fruits and stuff like that, where a meal that's not as nutrient dense would be your processed foods and stuff like that. So you go for the more nutrient dense meals because you know that your body needs it and you see how your body reacts to these certain foods. And then maybe another time you have more processed, but then your next meal you'll be like, oh, I'll try and, I'll have a nutritious meal. Like, you actually love, when you love your body, you do things that show that you love it. You work out because you love your body, not because you hate it. You don't do these torturing fucking things. You do workouts that you love, like roller skating for me, or going for walks, or weights, or boxing, actually fun stuff. So that's another reason why. And I feel like we're at 15 minutes now, so I think I might start to wrap the podcast. But I guess my main message in here is that obviously weight loss isn't the answer, but you need to look into your mind. You need to look into your mindset, your thoughts. What are you telling yourself? It's deeper than the weight loss. You don't have to keep fucking starving yourself or going on these fucking crazy ass diets, these shake meal replacements, and just have a shake for fucking dinner. Like, you don't need to do that shit. You don't need to torture yourself in the gym. You don't need to torture yourself at all, right? It can be, you can love yourself. It can be fun. It can be amazing. And when you get to this point, it is fucking incredible, and your life absolutely changes. I would highly recommend, if you loved this podcast episode, to go into the show notes and get my free 5 steps to loving what you see in the mirror. There's some actionable steps that you can take to loving yourself in the mirror. But yeah, that is all for today's podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Ka kite, koikia.